I thought it was a beautiful story. I thought it was a very moving story of this mother and son trying to find their way after suffering a tragedy. And I had seen Claudia's film, The Milk of Sorrow, which I thought was just spectacular. And then when I sat down with her and talked to her, I knew I wanted to spend time with her and work with her. It was cold. It was very cold. Yeah, it was. It's hard to work when you're that cold. And also, I had some scenes in the hog lot, which were uncomfortable, too. It's a pretty intense environment. I'd never been any place like that before.
Forgive others.
Gosh, I don't know. That's a very big question. I guess it depends on the it depends on the circumstance, right? It's the kind of thing I don't want to sort of say something that's glib. I think it's very hard to make a general statement and say, which is easier. But I mean, you know, in everyday circumstances, I'd say, you know, it's easier to forgive someone, you know. But then there are always extraordinary circumstances where I think, God, I can imagine being in that situation where it would be, you know, because who wants to live with that kind of guilt with them? It just eats you alive. But also, I can imagine a circumstance in which to forgive someone something that feels so inutterable, you know, that could be very, very hard to actually accomplish. Well, it felt like it was Nana that many years older, to be honest with you. She went in a very specific direction, you know. So, I mean, it's very strange and alien to see oneself with that kind of makeup, and nice to take it off at the end of the day. But it felt like it was her. It really felt like it was where she had gone, you know, with her tattoos and her weird hairstyle and her everything about her energy.
Girls.
Sure, I'm sure there are 40-year-old guys who want to keep being 22. I don't know. I didn't read the quotes myself, so it's very hard to comment on something that's hearsay. So it's, yeah, I didn't read them myself, so it's hard to comment. Okay. It was a great time. I had so much fun on the movie. You know, I was a kid. It's like the ultimate fantasy experience, the crazy sets and the characters, and everyone was so nice. And it was, you know, still old school fantasy film movie making at that point, where everything was practical, you know. It was, you know, you had one of these puppets doing crazy things, and you had 6 puppeteers working on the same thing, all kind of like contorting themselves, trying to make this thing come to life. It was beautiful in that way, and yeah, we really had a great time.
¿Había más magia en el cine en ese tiempo?
Was there more magic in the cinema at that time?
More magic in film? Well, that was a very specific kind of movie, you know, and I was at a very specific age, and that was Jim Henson. I mean, you know, it was kind of, but I think that you find, this was a great, you know, making this film was a great experience. And then I went on and made a film with my husband, and that was a great experience. There are magical experiences to be had in filmmaking still, I think. You know, I'm kind of nostalgic I love all the sort of American 1970s movies, you know. But there are some amazing films still being made. Okay, Javier Bardem is brilliant and beautiful. He was, in my opinion, he was just spectacular. I feel like I'm just get worried that Almodovar is great. I don't necessarily know which countries people are from. Is Inarritu, is he from Spain? He's from Mexico. Is he from Mexico, Inarritu? Almodovar is amazing. actresses. Sorry, I don't know.